chatted and caught up, so I'm going to tell you guys all the new things that have been happening with me. Hi guys, welcome. If you're new here, my name's Sarah, and today we're going to be doing a chatty get ready with me. It's been so long. I feel so good, so I'm excited to share everything with you guys and also hear about what's new for you guys in your life and what you guys are focusing on right now. And I hope you guys are having a good week. And yeah, let's just get into this little get ready with me. I'll probably be doing my outfit as well and taking you guys with us on the date night. You guys, it's been so long. Let me curl my eyelashes because I feel like it makes me look 10 times better and more awake when they're just curled already before I start my makeup. Just makes me feel good, you know? Ow. Okay, I'm gonna do my brows with the Revlon and the Maybelline Super Lock. You guys know this is my combo. It has been so long since we've done like a little chatty get ready with me, and I know this was like, I was looking at my posts on YouTube and I realized this was the category that was voted for the most of like your guys' favorites. So here we are, and it is Friday. I typically film on Fridays, so it's been a pretty chill day so far. It's starting to get hot in LA already, and I'm just like, especially right now, like all of a sudden, now that I'm sitting down, I'm filming in our bedroom, which by the way, we have been decorating so much lately. I'm so happy that I have like a new spot. We got a new mirror back there and it makes the room look 10 times better. I got a new duvet cover, and it came with shams, which if you don't know, because I didn't know, are pillow covers. Like, since when were they called shams? I don't know, probably always. So it just made the room so much brighter. I had like these vintage-ish like striped green and white ones, which I loved for the time, but it did make the room a little bit darker. We got curtains. Oh my gosh, we got curtains in the room. That took the bedroom to like the next level. It's been looking like college students live in our bedroom, to be honest. We've been so focused on like the living room, the bathroom, the kitchen, that we never focused on the bedroom really. And it's so nice because I love being in here now when I work, especially. It's just nice and light and bright. It gets so dark in our apartment on the other side where the living room and kitchen are. It's actually kind of depressing. So I'm just like really happy to have this room now, but it is getting hot. Like, I'm about to break a sweat in probably 3 minutes. And I can't have the fan on. Maybe I should open the window. Then you guys are gonna hear all the sounds. But anyways, what has been new with you guys? I know like life gets so hectic and so crazy. I just feel like so much has been happening, but also like nothing at the same time, which is always just like so funny. But when was the last time I did chatty get ready with me? I know it was a long time ago. I know that. I also have not been vlogging on the YouTube, just because vlogging is kind of difficult because, like I said, the other side of the apartment, which I spend so much of my time in, is really dark. So like the lighting just really sucks unless I'm doing makeup content. And I know like the people always say they want more, and it's so hard to deliver because of that little predicament we have in our living situation. It's a pretty big deal. It gets in the way a lot. Other than that, like life has been so good, you guys. I just feel really good. I've been really taking my health pretty seriously. Not like super serious, but I've always been like very into health and wellness, but I just feel like I'm starting to get even more into it. And health for me is such a mind, body, and soul experience and journey. And I've just really been taking care of myself in all the ways, and it feels really good. I feel so good. What have I changed? I feel like I've changed a few things in my life that have honestly gotten me to this space where I've started to feel really good, because looking back on Oh, by the way, that was e.l.f. Halo Glow, and I'm gonna use Fenty Soft Lit for under my eyes as concealer. I just love this combination. I was gonna use the Milk Hydro Skin Tint, but it's pretty early and I want my makeup to last till tonight, which it does, but I want it to be just a touch more full glam by the end of the day. So I am gonna go in with a little bit more coverage when it comes to my base today. Cause yeah, we're going on date night. I'm gonna clean up after this, like clean the apartment. But I've been doing some things lately that have been making me feel really, really good. I've always been very curious about like cycle syncing, and I've been tracking my cycle for quite some time now. And like, I know that I know that it's better to live your life in unison with your cycle. And that is like, it has to do with all things in your life too, like your food, your activity levels, your socializing, like so many different things. And I feel like since I've been syncing, I have been living more in tune with those things, especially food. That's a big thing. I feel like that's something I have a lot of control of, is food. And I've always had such like a strained relationship with food, body image, health, all of the things. I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Soft Glam now. And I recently started using ChatGPT, and I was like, you know what, like let me ask you some questions. So I've been asking ChatGPT a ton of things. Okay, AI is like my new best friend, I'm not even gonna lie. But I've been asking it for meal suggestions for my cycle, to sync with my cycle, and then also with my astrological birth chart, which I feel like if you guys know me, it's no secret, like I'm very, very into astrology, and I think there's so much truth to it. Like the more self-aware you become, I feel like you realize how much truth there is in it. And I'm convinced that people who don't believe just aren't that self-aware of themselves. They're like, no, that's not me. Because like this shit is on point. So it basically, I asked it like how I should be, I'm gonna use the Anastasia new contour. I basically asked it like what I should be doing for my workouts and food, and not diet, but sort of diet, like what's gonna help me be more balanced and like just more healthy and lose weight if I wanted to. And it gave me so much information. And it gave me so much insightful information, and I was just like, oh, wow. And like, and the even crazier part to me was how intuitively I do a lot of the things already. As much as I want to be a yogi and a runner or like, you know, all the different things, I have always loved strength training. I've always loved like lifting weights and stuff. And it basically said, because I have Taurus and Mars, which is kind of like how you should work out based on your like aggression, or like your, it's not your aggression, but kind of like your pace that you like to go at too. I don't know how to explain it very well. Hopefully one day I'll explain it better. But it basically said, because Taurus is kind of like slow movements, that weight training is such a good exercise because it's slow and it's all about like endurance and stuff. And I was, because it's slow and about endurance, and over time like you get stronger and stuff like that. So and over time you get stronger, and I just, the progress may be slow, but that's the way a Taurus moves in life. And I was just like, wow, that's crazy, because I've already known that I've always loved like strength training. It's just my favorite exercise to do. It feels the most right. And then it also told me like how I have to be cautious of eating when I'm in my emotions and stressed. I'm definitely more prone to that, and like sweets specifically, which I do love sweets. I've been eating a lot of sweets this week actually. So yeah, just having that information, just finding this information out just unlocked, this is the milk jelly tint. Finding that information just unlocked this new understanding in myself, and I feel that because of this new understanding, I've just been living more in sync with myself, more in tune with myself, and it's made me feel so good. Yeah, it was kind of like I got the keys to unlock something in my life, like unlock a new level. And I remember at the beginning of the year, one of my biggest goals was health, like how, you know, I wanted to focus on my health, especially, you know, in my 30s. Health has become so important. It's always been something that's been important to me, but as you get older, you will understand how your health, your body just isn't physically the same. So you become a lot more aware of things, and you're like, oh no, what's happening? Is something wrong? Oh, got a new pain here, got a new whatever, you know? And so you just really start to want to take care of yourself better, which is what I feel I'm doing now, Maybelline Fit Me. And it feels so good. I'm not even gonna lie. I've been having so many more good days than bad days. Looking back on my journey, like in my journal and on my chatty get ready with me's, I was going through a lot in the last 2 years, and I finally feel like I'm over those humps. Like there was just something in my life where I was just hitting a wall constantly, and as crazy as it sounds, like getting these answers from ChatGPT, like I said earlier, just kind of like unlocked something in me, and I feel so much more in tune with myself, and I really love that feeling. I really love being in tune and in alignment with myself. Another thing that I asked it about was like my purpose and my zone of genius, and help with my content. Like, what is my purpose? What am I supposed to be sharing? How am I supposed to be sharing based off my astrological chart again? I hope I don't freak you guys out, but honestly, I don't even care. Like, you know, I'm just telling you guys what has changed my life, and it has been seriously so good for me. It's just so crazy, and it feels so nice to feel such a great sense of peace in my life with like all things, and I feel so happy, and it feels so good to say that. And me and Russ I feel like we're preparing for the next chapter in our lives, whatever that may be. But ever since I started this content creator journey and like wanting to move to LA and becoming and getting into manifesting and all of that, it almost felt like a second chance at life for me, and it has been truly a roller coaster since then. But I feel like I've grown so much, I've lived so much, and it felt like when we first started manifesting and like, you know, really chasing our dreams and moving out here and things started getting real, it was really hard at first. It was a huge change. I didn't really understand how much it was going to affect me emotionally and mentally, but I finally feel like we're settling in, and me and Russ are so good. I feel like we're always good, and I'm so thankful for that. I never take that for granted. Having such a good partner has been the best part of my life. That's one thing that has always been a constant in my life, and I'm so thankful for that, for him being such a amazing person and partner to me. Like, if that's all I have in this life, I am already so lucky, especially after watching all these dating shows and stuff. But like I was saying, I just feel that we're finally, the last few years of our journey felt like a second chance at life, like, and also kind of reminded me of college. Like, I finally felt like I got the experience that I wished that I had in my early 20s, to be honest. But you know, it's never too late, and I proved it to myself that you can start over whenever you want, and that's exactly what we both did, and we're the happiest we've ever been. And I finally feel like this chapter is like, we're not closing the chapter out, but we've kind of run it full circle. And now we're growing up. We're still growing up in our mid-30s, you guys. Like, you never stop growing unless you choose not to. And I just feel that we're preparing for the next chapter in our lives. I swear, I feel like I'm in my mid-20s, and you know the deal. Well, you know what happens in your mid to late 20s, or what's expected. And that's just us, and we're in our mid-30s instead, and there's nothing wrong with that. I've always been against the status quo and against timelines, like especially societal timelines. I learned in my late 20s that everyone is just living for everyone else, and that's never something that I wanted to do. So I'm really happy and proud that we did everything on our own terms, didn't let anything stop us, and really got to just live out our dreams, like, and even just pivot our dreams. You know, things are constantly changing, but so yeah, just super happy with life. We're so happy in LA. Like, it feels really, really good now. Russ is loving it out here. He's doing so good at work. And we talk about it all the time, how just our lives have changed so much from being out here and how much we love being out here. Like, it was such a good move for us, and we just always talk about how happy we are that we did it. And that's such a good feeling to know, like, you made the right choice by following your heart and taking risks and just figuring it out. Like, everything ended up being okay. I'll put a little bit of the Sarahsowse pink powder. We're gonna be going to Indian tonight, which I'm so excited. Russ always chooses, so I chose this week. And something I'm working on within myself is trying to be more decisive. I feel that I can be really indecisive at times, but I'm trying to be more decisive, or more decisive and less a little passive when it comes to things. So he tried talking me out of a few things, and I'm like, no. I made the choice, we're sticking to it. But obviously still being flexible. Like, I'm still a flexible person, but just like, okay, come on. Like, you gotta make a choice and stick with it. That's how I've been feeling. My face looks kind of fat. Oh, you know why? You know why I feel this way? Because I'm gonna start my period soon. That's another thing that has been going really well for me lately. You guys, I don't know if you guys remember, but I would just be going through it, like, and I would always be so upset with myself for going through it. That's such like a Virgo thing to do. I'd be like, what is wrong? Like, why do I keep going through like the same things? Like, why does this keep happening? Because I'm very much so, like, my life is like a video game, and I'm like, okay, next level, next level. Like, why are we still getting upset over the same things like a year later? Which I know, like, nothing is linear like that, and it even sounds crazy for me to say out loud that that's how hard I was on myself. But now I understand, like, it was always my hormones, and the week before my period, I would get in this funk and I just wouldn't feel good about myself. And then, I don't know, like, where I learned or how I learned, but it's just, I think TikTok, honestly, how you don't like yourself in the luteal phase or something. I don't know. One of the phases, you know, you girlies know, there's like that 1 week out of the month where you're just like disgusted by everything, including yourself. And that's what was happening. But I would spiral in that, and when my mind doesn't have a solution for something, I get very fixated on it and fixated on fixing it. So that was definitely happening. Oh my god, I haven't worn this lip combo. So basically that's what was happening with me, and I didn't realize it. But now that I have answers and I understand that, I have gained next level peace in my life because of that little thing, that little understanding that I was like missing, another key that I was just missing and searching for. I feel like I got it. Oh, so I'm really happy about that. I don't know, just like not having the answers to things really bothers me. I know you won't always have the answers, and don't get me wrong, I can still push through and move on in life, but I do like to have the answers, if I'm being very honest. I'm gonna use the Kosas spray. This is the spray that I have right here, and I told myself I would test it out a few more times. So I have just been so much nicer to myself when it comes to my job and just being like, it is what it is. You know that Mel Robbins quote, or like her book that's come out, like just let them. I kind of feel like that. Like I'm just like, it is what it is. I'm still gonna get opportunities. Like opportunities are always coming to me. My worth isn't tied up in like the performance of one video. Like I know my impact, I know my purpose, and that's all that matters. And I will never be out of opportunities if I continue to believe that. So I just feel so good about things. I feel good, and you guys, I can't express how much it feels good to feel good. Even though I'm looking at myself right now and I'm like, ew, my face looks really fat. But again, context, I know why. So I've just been taking my health more serious, enjoying like cooking and being on point, making better choices for my body and my hormones. And it feels really, really, really freaking good. So if you're at a point in your life where you're not happy for some reason, you know, the only way that change is going to happen is if you make the change. And this is my testimony. Like I did so many things 5 years ago to change my life around, and now I'm like reaping the benefits of it. It takes a long time for things to manifest, especially because manifesting has a lot to do with your mindset and your emotions, and you have to learn how to, you know, deal with those and really understand your own mindset, your own thoughts and beliefs to get past, you know, certain hurdles. And if you feel like you're hitting a wall in life, or you're being held back from your fullest potential, that there's just lessons that you're having to go through right now, because that's how I felt. I feel like I had to go through all of those things to get to this point. So I'm never mad for the hard moments, because they really just help you grow into the best version of yourself if you let them. So even when I'm sad, I'm just like, you know, we're gonna get through this, we're gonna get over it. It's not always gonna be like this. We just gotta push through. Oh, and also another thing that has changed our life, you guys, I'm truly, remember when I was having so much neck and back pain? A lot of it was from anxiety and stress, but a lot of it was physical, which would then turn into that vicious cycle of anxiety and stress over the it was all relating. But me and Russ did get those crazy looking pillows. I'll put a picture. And I didn't want to say anything like one day in, but already one day in, we were like, oh my god, it was the difference was crazy. So I was like, okay, let me just wait. And then a week goes by, 2 weeks go by, a month goes by, and we just always talk about it. Like, dude, we don't have like that neck stiffness, that neck pain, that back pain anymore. And I think it's because we're on computers and phones all day that we have a lot of neck pain. You know I'm on my phone way more than I would like to say. So the pillow helps so much. I think that's something really big that also changed my mood, was getting better sleep and no longer dealing with that vicious cycle of the neck pain, the anxiety, and the stress. Because I'm telling you, it was a vicious cycle that I was stuck in, and it was so hard to get my mind out of it when I physically was feeling pain. That was the hardest part. Like, it's really hard to deal with physical pain with your mind. I was like, there's only so much I can do with my mind. Like, I promise I'm trying not to think about it and whatever. Like, my mind is very strong, but I just could not get past it sometimes, because I was physically in pain, as you guys know. So if you guys suffer with neck pain, back pain, get the pillow. It is 1,000% worth it. Changed our lives. Like, even Russ was starting to get neck pain, and I was like, okay, it has to be the way we're sleeping, like our pillows. Like, first we upgraded our bed from a queen to a king. That wasn't working. Our I mean, it worked for a little bit, and then we had new pillows that worked for a little bit, but no, these pillows, like, actually you feel the support and it's just crazy. I would get them again. I'm talking about people with it in my DMs on Instagram. We're all like, yeah, the worst part about it is thinking like, how am I gonna travel without this pillow, because otherwise my life will be insufferable without it. So I would go as far as saying that I would probably travel with that damn pillow. I just love it so much. We don't really travel too much, so I think I could live without it. But if we were to go home to like my parents' house, I need to get us some for there, so whenever we visit we have them, which I think I will do if we ever plan on going there. We don't have any plans to go there soon, but if we do, I'm sending that pillow ahead of us so we can sleep with it, because my grandma's actually with my parents now, so we no longer have a room at my parents' house, which is so crazy. We'll just be sleeping in the living room, which is fine. We could get a hotel, but like, why, when my family has like a big ass couch, and it's just so nice staying with my parents, because we spend so much time with everyone else that we don't really spend that much time with my parents, because my parents do visit us a lot. So at least staying with them in the house is like extra time with them, you know? So this is the makeup. This feels really glam right now, not gonna lie. I actually have been noticing a lot of texture on this side of my face. I think I'm gonna splurge and get some stuff from Sephora. I'm tired of living without my Dermalogica daily foliant. I want to get the blue one though. It's so expensive. Russ cannot believe the price, but I'm like, at this point it's worth it. I just feel like my skin is so much better with it. And then also I'm gonna get the First Aid daily peels, like exfoliator pads, because you guys know I'm a huge exfoliator. That's like huge to me, and I have not been doing it. I haven't had anything for like over a month now, and I feel like I'm really starting to see that. So I need to get on that ASAP. It's an integral part of my skincare routine that I have not had in a while. Because we got new bedding, I cannot lay in the bed until I take my makeup off. I got makeup on it yesterday and I was so sad. So this morning I was looking up TikToks like how to remove makeup from clothes, and I found a TikTok that said 70% alcohol or high percentage alcohol, which I always have on hand to wash my makeup brushes with. So I used that and the makeup came out, because our bedding is like a cream color. So I was like, oh no. I was so mad because I just bought it like a couple weeks ago. Last week, and I'm like, oh god, I don't, because makeup is really hard to remove, and I didn't know alcohol. I was gonna put Dawn Power Wash. I'm so glad I looked up TikToks. Thank god for TikTok. Okay, I've been really into keeping my skin pretty glowy and juicy. Ooh, like that. It looks really good. I love the finish of that spray. I know my MAC queens don't, but I do. So let me take my hair out. But yeah, that's what's new with me. Thanks for letting me kind of just vent a little. We've just been very into our health, our relationship, you know, our date nights and whatnot. Trying to plan some travel for this year. We haven't really traveled in a while, so we're hoping to do at least one pretty decent trip this year. We're just trying to decide where. If you guys are traveling anywhere, let me know. Or there's anywhere to travel on your guys' bucket list, let me know. It's been kind of hard to choose. I actually really want to go to London, because I really want to go to Europe. And also I feel like London during Christmas time is so cute, like a rom-com movie, and I love rom-coms. Russ loves Christmas, so I just feel like it's a really good place for us to go. Or we're thinking Chicago, because we like architecture and like museums and stuff, and cities. I love cities and food, so that's another one that we're really thinking of. And yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Let me know if there's anything new with you. What's your guys' current life focus? I feel like I get into like certain, I hyperfixate on certain things in life. Like I do it with products and all of that, but I also do it with like areas in my life. So right now it's just like my health and work per usual, and just being happy and living. Oh, also another thing I started doing, I don't know like what prompted me to do it. I know I just wasn't feeling the best, and I had to go back to my spirituality and, you know, meditate and do gratitude, because those are the things that work. They're tried and true. So I really started forcing myself to have more discipline, and re-adding those things back to my routine has made such a big difference. I've been doing my gratitude in the morning. I try to aim for like 3 things I'm grateful for, even if it's the same thing every day. That's okay. Just being grateful at the beginning of the day is so powerful. Also, I've been journaling so much more, and I noticed that my journal entries are starting to be much more positive, which, you know, makes me so happy, obviously, because it just feels like I'm in a different season of my life, and a much happier season. The past 2 seasons have been rough. I feel like I've been pushing through them pretty well, but, you know, looking back, they were really rough, and I'm so happy to just be in a different season now, finally. Like, we made it, yay! So if you're going through a hard season, like, it's not gonna last forever, I promise. And then just meditating, just clearing my mind. It's so hard with social media, you know, I'm a doom scroller too, I get it. So like, I need to take back my focus, and I'm very big on that. Like, when I feel just like addicted to my phone, I'm just like, girl, put it down, meditate, like take a break. It is so hard. I'm addicted, I'm not gonna lie, but that's why I meditate. So yeah, that's everything that's new. I will show you guys my date night look and probably take you guys with me. But we're heading to date night. So excited. I might get some drinks afterwards. But this is the makeup. Like, how many hours later? I don't know what time I did my makeup at. I did it earlier though. So it looks pretty good. Here's a little fit check. Target, ASOS, H&M, Target. Yay! Living for the low rise.